What's up, guys? I'm so excited to finally share that the Minimalist Keys template is out now and it's available. I'm so excited for you all to get your hands on it. I pray it's such a blessing and a resource to you. I just wanted to make this overview video just to kind of go over the layout, how simple and easy it is to use. We'll demo some of the sounds here, and I'll just kind of play them all together as well in a context so you can kind of get a feel for it. So let's dive in. All right, guys, here it is, the Minimal Keys template all opened up, and as you can see, as the name suggests, it's very minimal, it's very basic. It's exactly how I intended it to be. You've got all your sounds over here, all gonna be neatly organized, not too much happening. So I've got all of, basically, these are all just MIDI tracks of the actual patches themselves, and they're all getting fed in. So I've got all the pianos coming into this audio bus, and all the audio buses are basically just, I've just made audio effect racks and just your knobs and adjustments for just your basic things you'll need on the fly are very easily mappable and accessible right here. So I have that on the pianos, pads as well. And then we'll get to this lab swell thing in a second. I'll explain that. And then got all the drone ambient textures here in all 12 keys. So that can just blend very beautifully behind anything you're playing. So we're gonna go ahead and we'll visit the pianos first. So the two that I'm rocking here, I've got the Noire from Native Instruments, and then the Spitfire Labs soft piano. So I'm just gonna go ahead and demo these by themselves real quick, just so you can hear how they sound. So first we'll just do the Noire. And as you can hear, it's just a great all-around grand. It's gonna sit very well in a mix. It's also gonna cut through when you need it. So if you dig in a little bit, but then we need to cut back. It just is so beautiful. It's probably my favorite, one of my favorite pianos. And it's just a great all around. It's gonna just cover a lot of ground. And so that's the Noire. And then I've also got the Lab soft piano. Let me play that by itself. This is a great free sample. Very cinematic. It's like that felt piano. So it's very, very muted. Great for flow moments, great for down moments. And then what I like to do is a lot of times blend both. So just to hear the Noire by itself, Labs by itself, the Spitfire Labs soft, but then when you get them together, I feel like they just round each other out very well. So in the right context, like especially the Noire, it sounds great by itself. And the soft, like, of course I'm not using that for any like bigger moments because I'm gonna need something to cut through, but when you need that, you can just blend both. I think blending both sounds really great. And then just to kind of give you an idea of the audio effects too. So those are just the patches kind of by themselves. And you can see it's got a little bit of verb on it now. But besides that they're pretty raw in a sense. But for the audio effects, so I've got the verb on there, and I also got, you can adjust the dry wet on that. So I'm gonna keep both piano patches in so you can hear that. So this is nothing, completely dry. Really washed out. But you can do some really cool things with that. Like, I think in the right context, you can get some like really, really cool sounds out of that, just messing with just the reverb. But I usually I just keep it kind of when you get the template, it's gonna be at that default. Right around that like 20, 30% is always a great kind of starting point for it. So I've got the verb, the delay. So there's a knob for that as well. Got a filter on it, so if you want to like pull it back, soften up the sound, and that's completely out. Obviously would never do that. But that's there if you want it. And then a little chorus as well. Also gives it kind of that CP70 kind of sound, CP80. So great and really cool to use for different contexts, different songs. I kind of call for that. It's really awesome. And there's a knob for that. You can adjust, I mean, obviously you can blow it out if you want to. I would never do that. Kind of, I feel like a sweet spot right around that like 20, 30 mark. Even just a little bit, or if you just want to go just a little light. Really sweet. So that's literally all there is for the pianos. And then, so going to the pads, again, similar kind of concept as far as how everything's routed. So I've got my main pad, it's a this TAL-U-NO-LX plugin. It's a Juno 60 emulation and not that expensive at all. And it sounds awesome. And so that's going to be the main pad sound here. So let me demonstrate that for you. Make sure that's pulled in real quick. So again, map that low pass filter so you can keep that nice and pulled back for more mellow moments. And then you can start to kind of open it up. Pull that back. Sounds really great. I'm just a sucker for just that sweet analog tone. That Juno sound is just so iconic. It blends really well with all the other sounds in this template as well. So I've got the low pass filter on there. That takes it out completely. But I'll keep it in for the sake of what I want to show. So that's the Juno pad. And then we've got this other suite. It's a synth pad from, again, Spitfire Labs. So the same company that's got that soft piano has this great synth pad. I'm gonna demonstrate that for you. There's all the way open. And then again, how this is the template's kind of set up, I love blending both of these. So obviously, again, the right context, they can sound great and be used on their own, but I love blending both. So if I pull those both back in, and the way I have the template set up, even with the soft piano, I have kind of the levels so that it sounds great how I would usually have them when I have both together. But obviously you can adjust that to however you need. Little sloppy note there. So raw and unfiltered, everybody. So pull that back. And again, they just both sound really awesome together and can just cover a lot of ground. Like really the main thing I wanted to, really bring to this template as far as the sounds go is something you can just play with really easily, get started with, and all the sounds really just blend well together, and they cover just a wide range of what you would need them to in a worship setting. So those are the pads. And then again, we'll just real quick, just with the audio effects, again, similar concept to the pianos. So let me bring these back in. So that's that low pass filter we were talking about. I've got a verb, again, dry and wet. So we didn't want to wash them out just a little bit more. You can go all the way wet. Again, could make them a little, just a little too washy. I kind of like to ride right around here. So there's that. And then also something really cool is I have a side chain and a sequencer. So what that's doing, here I'll show you. So it locks into, right now I've got the tempo at 72 BPM. It locks into your tempo if you pull this up. Gives it that really cool, that like, I don't know the best word to describe it. It's popular in a lot of like EDM pop stuff, but it can sound really cool. You could open up the filter. Just a lot of great sound design possibilities. And again, really simple layout and user interface. It's just easy to get access to this. So there's a side chain. And then the sequencer. What that is like a pulse. So it's like, ba, 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 again, locks into the tempo. All the way there. You can get pretty wild with it. And you can blend both that and the side chain together. It gets really cool. Just some really cool stuff you can do. So that's the pads. And then I also included this like little thing. I wasn't sure if I should, but I'm like, no, it's really cool. It's, again, from Spitfire Labs, just a shameless plug. Their stuff is awesome and it's free. And you should just go download the entire suite of the lab stuff. It's awesome. And I find a lot of great use for it. But the lab Swells, so this is a patch or a sound called Arctic Swells. And I've got it mapped in here. I'm gonna show you what that sounds like. That's just by itself. So I've got all the effects just for that sound, the patch itself here. And then let me just show you guys again here. Let me get all the other stuff filtered out. Let me show you how this sounds, just the swells. Oh, be nice if I engage the patch. That's probably why it's not. Hey, yes, let's go. And I'm gonna do it with a piano context as well, because I actually have, if I'm not mistaken, I've got this mapped to only a certain amount of the keys, because it can get a little muddy down low, especially when you're blending it with other sounds. So I like to kind of cut it off. Kind of right here, I believe I have it at middle C cut off. So let me just show you how that sounds with the piano. Yeah. This is, if the filter was all the way up. Very, again, it's like that cinematic. It's great for like, and I usually am not riding the filter all the way up. I just wanted to kind of give you the crux of the sound, but kind of have it at the upper register of the keyboard, because again, when you kind of get up here, kind of provides a great just backdrop, something to go behind your core sounds. Great for ministry moments, those more chill moments. Just has that nice kind of tail at the end. It's awesome. I use it for so much and wanted to include it in here. So that's kind of the Arctic Swells. And again, I kind of ride that usually, when you get the template, it'll kind of be where I usually ride. So like the auto filter, kind of like right in that range. I think it just sits perfect like that. I think I still had the chorus on. Yeah, I think it sounds awesome. So that's the Arctic Swells. And the very last thing is these textures here. So you're gonna get them in all 12 keys. Just for the sake of this video, kind of have them, the key of E1 moved down a bit. I just wanted to demonstrate it. But let me show you what that sounds like. These are just textures that I've made. Let me show you guys. So again, these just sit really great behind the other sounds, and just to have as some ambience behind what you're doing. Yeah, I think they sound awesome. Just using the key of E for this example because I've been playing in E. So yeah, so and then the very last thing I want to do is just kind of give you the context. So here's kind of all the sounds just put together. I'm just gonna play something, key of E, and just give you an idea of how it sounds. So we'll just kind of start layering everything in here. Get those textures back up. Bring some pad in. It's gonna be all the sounds together. Bring some of that swell. Maybe you want to add some chorus to that. Go ahead and add my verb in. Then just as easy, you can bring it back. Bring that swell in again. So as you can see, there's just, from these simple sounds and simple and easy layout, there's a lot of great possibilities, a lot of places you can go. It covers so much ground, and I'm just so excited for you guys to get your hands on it, to dive in, and it's just, again, it's just a simple, easy to use interface. And just as easy, you can bring everything back down. Okay guys, one more thing I completely forgot to mention about the pianos, and we'll come over here to it real quick, is this Valhalla Shimmer. And it's not required to run, like everything else is gonna run as it should, as long as you have the, like if you have the Noire and the TAL-U-NO-LX, all the other stuff that you'll see on the website, you'll be good to go. This Valhalla Shimmer, however, is something that if you want it, you just can't replicate it in Ableton. Valhalla Shimmer is just so awesome. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it sounds with the pianos. I use this on my pianos as well. It just really takes them to another level for me. So let me go ahead, we'll demonstrate that. Just on the pianos by themselves first, you can hear. So this is without, just to hear what it's doing. So then I'm gonna turn it on. Just give it just a little bit of that extra verby, shimmery kind of tail to the piano. And then as you dig in, so it sounds awesome when you're huge. And I'm just gonna give one more demonstration just with all the sounds and kind of like I did before real quick, just so you can kind of hear the piano too as it's cutting through. Let's just go ahead and I'll bring these guys back in. And bring that swell back. We'll bring those pads in. We'll really dig in so you can hear it. We can bring it back down. So yeah, can't believe I forgot to mention Valhalla Shimmer. So it's something that obviously it's included in the template. If you don't have it, it's just not gonna open. It'll still be in there, but I would highly recommend. I mean, it's still gonna sound awesome if you don't have it. It's just that kind of extra, it's that kind of secret sauce, you know, that'll kind of take your pianos over the top. So can't believe I forgot to mention that. So that is Valhalla Shimmer, and then that is the template, guys. I mean, as you can see, it's just super intuitive to use, sounds awesome, and there's not a lot of really guesswork that goes into it. It just works, and it works in so many different contexts. So I'm so happy I got to show you guys. Guys, thank you so much for watching this overview, for tuning in. I'm going to have all of the links you're going to need in the description below, link to my website to get the template, as well as some other resources and tools that I'll put in there as well. And be on the lookout for some more content in 2026. There's going to be a lot more exciting things coming your way, so stay tuned, and I will see you guys soon.